Howdy folks, Chris McBricker. So I figured I should do a updated video. What's going on? I've been adding some parts and I got to one of those areas where I wasn't sure if I added parts or not. So this is probably going to be one of my first inaccurate count numbers, but so I'm going to get as close as possible. I think I'm sitting about 55 parts I added in to the build. So hopefully we won't find any more anything else like that. I just don't know if I count the clouds or not. And then these guys, I can't remember how many of these I've counted and not. So that's done. But I do know these piano pieces are brand new. So that's now in the build. And some fencing for the top. I've had these parts, it's just I've been having to round them up out of my collection. And I've been sorting and cleaning and getting things all looking good. It's probably going to take a year, but it's alright. I'm enjoying myself. The progress has been mostly playing with the lights. Like, I don't want to... You could go ahead and check out the other video and see the arcade machine that I made. I think it's going to be Batmobile when it's done. I just kind of let the lights build it. I knew I was going to need a vehicle. Once I got the screen together, it all came together. And I got a second one going too. I'm going to keep it a surprise for the next video. Just a subject. I'm still working on the stage. And I came up with this idea that maybe the stage should be able to detach. And you got a spaceship. Like, look, check this out. You got the speakers, and then you flip them around, and now it's a jetpack. Oh, I'm see. That's what I mean by have the Lego in your hand, play with it, re-brick it into something new. Don't be scared of mixing your parts, because the second you open that box, it was no longer worth anything. I mean, it's worth something, but you get what I'm saying. People are just too scared to do this part, and I don't want them to feel scared about it. So hopefully, if you see me play, you get a little inspired. There's people. I have this lady Liz in my mind when I'm thinking about it. I just don't want to call anyone out or embarrass anyone. So, in case you're thinking, "Oh, is it me?" Like, folks, it really does happen a lot more than you think. So, got my new tinkering idea. I don't know if you can see that. That's being like a little tiny claw machine. We're still gonna do the big one, but that's gonna take a while for me to be able to get that going. I try to set a goal on working on this for about an hour every night and see where I come to. Spaceship, the stage was kind of where I was at tonight, and I really like what came out of this. The only downside is how the whites aren't quite perfect, but it's okay. And I'll go ahead and show you how at the moment just drops right on in. And I was working on this light kit, so more likely that's going to go into that. And I have worked on the disco floor. Come on, it's not going to have the word disco in it without the checkered board. There's just a lot of parts that I have to order to keep this going, to make it correct, have it square, perfect squares. It's not just what you think it is. and to add lights to it. I haven't quite figured out how I'm going to do that yet. Like, I have great ideas to pull it off, but what is the final result is what I'm saying. So I'm going to slow down on this, but it is in the works. And where it's going to be, we're not sure yet. And there's the Batmobile. Oh, I already broke it. Yeah, I think this is going to end up being a Batmobile. It looks really good that way. So, and then I'm thinking about a pizza delivery. So, and these are the trays I reuse to keep my projects in order. They stack up. You can see it right there. Sorry for the bed, but that's where I have to store it. And there's some stuff over here. I've been cleaning up my dots. I know it's really girly, but there's some cool stuff out of here. So, just, yeah. There's all that. Anyway. Hopefully that came out good for y'all. Overall, what do I think about this? It really is hard to say because Christmas lights and modeling lights, they're changing, and if you can get tiny little micro lights like that, you can almost place them in any brick that's transparent. It's a matter of fastening it down if you need to, and that's where the Lego community will immediately start attacking you and saying, oh, you used glue. Well, those light kits have glue. These light kits have glue in them too. And when I did my Christmas tree light idea, and I'm sure there's a lot of other people that did it too, I would use a file to do a slow cold cut on my plastic bricks. And that way it didn't cause melting, and you took your time. It was big enough for a wire to fit in there. But because how you modified the brick, it was shunned on. And you know what? I see modified brick in here. It's genuine Lego. They drilled a hole in it. So obviously I was onto something when I was like between 8 and 10 years old, and so many adults would attack me on it. And even today, you start talking, like if I showed off my Galador Mario, you're like, oh, you used glue. And I'm like, well, you know what? You're right. But you think if it's permanent, I could remove the wing off. Like, yes, the wing is modified and Mario is modified, but I can pull the wing off the gray Technic pin and put something else on there if I wanted to. Something else that's Technic. That part of the Technic pin is fine. It's the Technic pin that's inside Mario. To achieve that, I had to shave it in half. Okay? And then once you did that, you didn't have that much stability to it. Not to mention, you really want to take it slow when you cut the Lego plastic because it'll melt and warp. And I didn't achieve that with a drill press. So I tried to, and I did really good at it, but it just wasn't good enough. That's why I used glue. Otherwise, he would have been Technic Lego, not glued. In fact, I'm willing to try again. But wait, that's like almost if you got Marios that are broken, let me have a whack at it. I got a whole machine shop. I can set the speed very slow, and we'll see how. Maybe it's the bit. Maybe instead of drilling it, I can use a sander bit or a Dremel bit. I don't know. I could experiment. That's where I'm like, because this exists, I get attacked. Not recently, but there's things in the past throughout all 2000. Like, yeah, yeah. I don't know. There's always been something wrong. That's why I gave up on talking about it. I don't like to talk about it. But anyhow, all right. Sorry to add that negativity. Blah. That's where I don't like Lego, like the company Lego. And oh, that's something I wanted to bring up. Did you see the History Channel Toys That Built America Lego Edition? And it's how it ends with Godfrey or Goodfella when he signed that 99-year contract with the Samsonite company. That left some bitter taste in his mouth and the company. I guarantee European Lego community is still taking that out on us Americans. Think about that when you look at your prices. We need American companies. That's what I'm saying. What's wrong with an American company? Lego ain't going anywhere. There's plenty of room for more companies. And the new companies I would like to see in America are focused on technology, like the light kits, motors, RC, Wi Fi. Let's get this 9-volt track back in order. And even older stuff than that I don't have. Like, I don't understand. There's some stuff that use D's and C's batteries, which I could probably drag out for you here. I'm glad I kept. Make sure to take the batteries out of your electronic devices, folks. Ooh, that is the number one destroyer to Legos, in my opinion. All right, folks. Thank you for your time. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Keep on bricking.